Hi, I'm Karen. We're here at Montavilla Sewing Center, and today we're talking about the Janome CoverPro 3000. In this video, I'm going to give you some care and maintenance tips. For this machine, since it's not a serger, you don't have knives cutting the fabric, so there's not quite as much lint, but there still will be some lint. I'll show you how to take care of that. To start with, we want to take the foot off the machine. Now the book is going to tell you to turn off the machine for safety purposes. I'm going to leave it on just so that we have light on what we're looking at. So we can put the foot off to one side, and then when I take my needles out, I like to cover the area where the needles go down. That way, in case the needles fall, they don't all fall into the machine. So you can take them out in any order, doesn't matter. Just use your little screwdriver, the little screwdriver that comes with your machine. You just need to loosen those set screws. You do not need to take them all the way out. And then just lower down your needles, take them out. I'm going to put them into this fabric just to keep track of them. I don't like setting things down because then they fall on the floor, and you know the drill. Okay, the next thing we need to do is take off this needle plate, because that way we can get to the feed dogs. The feed dogs are one source of lint buildup. As the feed dogs are pulling the fabric along, little bits of lint get pulled off. That's the same thing as like with your regular sewing machine. Now to get this off, I find it's easier just to open this up like this, then you can lift it right off. You can also lift up your presser foot a little higher to get that off. Then we want to clean in between the feed dogs like this. This is especially important if you've sewn anything that's kind of fuzzy, like flannel or whatever. Clean in between those feed dogs to get out any lint. And then any place else where you see lint, also your lower looper, you can push that to the side by pulling out this knob. It just pops to the side. Clean that really good. You can use your vacuum cleaner as you're brushing your vacuum cleaner hose attachment and brush that out really good. But make sure you don't use canned air. I've had problems with canned air. First of all, it blows things further back into the machine. And secondly, if you spray it long enough, it starts to put frost on whatever you're spraying. So no canned air. Now, for regular, more thorough maintenance, bring it in here to Montavilla Sewing Center, and our technicians are wonderful at cleaning, adjusting, making sure your machine is in top-notch condition. They take the bottom plate off and make sure everything's all nice and clean. Also, yes, it does cost money to bring in your machine, but so does it for if you take your car into a mechanic. For regular maintenance, it's important to keep things running smoothly. So to put things back together, take our needle plate, put that under here. There we go. Now it's okay that this sticks up a little bit on that corner. It's just the way it is. It doesn't cause any problems. Just it's part of the way the free arm is designed there. I'm going to put this in with my fingers as much as possible. Makes it a little bit faster. Let me put this on there. All right. Now to put our needles back in, use the threader needle inserter. This is threader on one side, and you have a threader right here, but you have an additional threader with this tool if you need to, if you would like to use that instead. The other end has this needle inserter. So I'm going to take my needle, and the needles are all the same kind. Make sure you use the EL705 needle, that type of serger needle, no other type of serger needle. And then also make sure that you're using the same size of needles. Now, if you've done a lot of sewing, it's been a while since you changed your needles, change all of them all at once, so that way they're all the same age. So what I'm doing here is I'm sticking the pointy end of the needle right there and matching up the flat side of the needle inserter, flat side, with the flat side of the needle, right like that. Poke this down here where it sews, lift it straight up, and it goes right up to the top of the needle clamp. I want to make sure it's right up there, yes. I'm giving it some upward pressure as I'm tightening it just to make sure it stays all the way up there. Then slide that down and go on to the next needle. Put that in there, Poke it in so that the flat side is facing away from me. And now we're doing the center needle. Poke that straight up in there, make sure it's all the way to the top, and tighten my needle clamp screw. This little screwdriver works great for that. Slide that down. And it's normal for the needles to be sort of at like higher on the right, medium, and then lowest on the left. That accounts for the action of the looper there, the timing of it. So yes, they should be at a slant. And actually, if you look carefully, you can see the tops of the needles right up in here, so you can make sure that they are all the way up to the stopper. Visually, you can inspect that. So that's how you change those needles. Now to put the foot back on, this is a quick release foot, and there's other feet that you can get with your machine. This clamp here is where this little bar fits. So I'm going to slide that under, actually going from the right, it's a little bit easier. This is a spring that puts pressure on the front of the foot. That's what that's for. Then you lower your presser foot, and it goes right on there. If it doesn't go on immediately, you might want to push the little button in the back, and that helps. So that's basic machine maintenance. It's quick and easy to do. Something you should do regularly, especially if you do a lot of sewing, and especially if you sew with fuzzy fabrics. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If it's been helpful to you, give us a thumbs up. And if you have comments or questions, you can leave those in the area down below. We have lots of other videos here on our Montavilla YouTube channel, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.